with TrueDFS, and I am going to go over today's baseball slates. I think, we've got two. We've got this early slate going on, and then the main slate. I figured might as well just cover both. All I'm going to do is show you my process. The only difference here is I don't currently have access to Goldie's projections just because I am at the library and they're blocking DraftKings and TrueDFS, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean you can't go to TrueDFS, so check it out if you like what you see here. We've got trials available. Really think the price is right. So you'll see how we go through the process here and how we use projections and changing our exposures to just very simply use SaberSim to build plus EV lineups. And you get Goldie's projections, Sheets' projections, SaberSim, the pay dirt model that we're using for DFS and betting, all for like $20 more than it would cost you just for SaberSim. So like buying those a la carte will cost you so much money. So anyway, that's my pitch. I want to get it out of the way. Now let's go ahead and build lineups for this early slate. We'll build lineups for the main slate. I'll do the main slate on DraftKings and FanDuel. So people ask me, they say, hey, Adam, who are you getting to? It's early. I don't know that this will be exactly what my exposures would look like if I did it right before lock, but this is how I would do it and who I'd currently be getting to for the flagship GPP over on DraftKings and FanDuel. And in the first instance, we're talking about the DraftKings early slate. So let's just go ahead and make some changes. We get all these relievers in here. And once in a while, like SaberSim will just allow one of them into your lineups, and then you get a bad lineup. So there's like no reason to not play him. So I have a filter set where I could just filter any of those out. So I want all 5,000 of my lineups to be playable lineups. And then the other thing you got to consider is the stacking stuff, right? Like it's a 4-game slate. So you probably do, you don't have to play 5-man stacks. I think letting it play 4-mans is fine, but I don't want just any 4-mans. Like I still want correlation. I don't think I'm willing to play a 4 with 4 one-offs. I'd play a 4-4, I'd play a 4-3, maybe a 4-2-2. But I'm just not comfortable without getting a lot of correlation. So I'm going to demand it from the builder to just build me stacks like that. I am going to have salary at a minimum here just to keep the projection up to a certain standard. Now, just going over the pitchers here, it's a pretty like 2-tiered pitching slate, maybe. Maybe there's 3 tiers. Rodon's good. Shawver was great in his last start, and Shawver's stuff has looked really good. His underlying metrics look really good, his stuff plus, things like that. So from the StatCast side and the kind of analytics and pitch movement and camera stuff they're doing, Shawver's looking really good. So his projection's a little lower, and I understand why, but I would not mind getting to him. And the field's getting to him at about 28%, at least so we think in the early going. Now, the Trevor Williams-Heaney thing is interesting. Heaney is 33 years old, but boy, is he having a strong year. Dare I say, has he found something at 33 years old? One of the differences is those underlying metrics. His stuff plus his pitch shape has looked different. He's added pitches. So, there are guys who find it when they're older. Perhaps Heaney is going to be more consistently stronger, maybe like a Robbie Ray type. I don't know. But the field it's not like nobody's getting to him. He's 21%. So he's right there with everyone else. But something to consider with Heaney is that he has looked a bit different. Now, Sears overall is kind of better than Heaney, but he's got the tough matchup in the tough stadium against the Yankees. And then you got Plante and Myers. Myers was great in his last start. Milwaukee's been good at finding from squeezing talent out of guys at pitcher, but still the lowest projected here. So let's go ahead and build and see what we get. Could have done this while we were building, huh? It's going to be a little slower because we've put some constraints on it, right? We put some constraints with these stack exposures. I just never know quite what to do with stacking. I'm still much more comfortable with the 5-mans, even on the small slate. I think we're going to see SaberSim get to those at a higher rate than the 4s, but we'll find out. I'm willing to accept some 4-mans, especially since we're playing so many lineups. What we do want to do is get some diversity in here, but we're going to build as if we're building 150 for the early slate. I'm probably not going to get to play it because I'm getting DraftKings blocked for me, but we'll see what we get to. We'll show you this process, right? It's process over results, and it's wanting to get that repeatable process all the time. Look at the Rodon, even as the highest owned pitcher, still just asking you to play a lot of Rodon, a lot of Bradley. Now there is that is the only one like little weather situation today, but it doesn't seem like a major issue. Roth has it as yellow, but something to consider there. And then Payante, is it Palante, Sears, Shawver, but not in high numbers. Let's see if we go. We didn't have it at 150. My bad. Let's get it at 150. And we had it on Saber score. Let's see our stack exposure. Mostly 5s on Saber score, with Atlanta as the most, followed by St. Louis and Tampa. Okay. Things are going to change when we sort by sim ROI. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some A stack against the highest owned Rodon. But let's see. We sorted here. Yep, we're sorted by ROI. Rodon's still our highest, but only 52%. Nope, sorry, 48%. So we're about with the field on Rodon, over on Bradley, over on Sears, little lighter on Heaney, with the field on Tobias Myers, lower on Shawver, lower on Trevor Williams, Palante. Okay. Now let's see what kind of stacks we get to. Still mostly 5-mans, but we get the 4-man sprinkled in there. Our highest owned stack is Tampa, going up against Myers. I see no problem with that. What's up? What's up, JJ? Am I Sheets' son? I'm not Sheets' son, no. I don't know if we're both linesmen, but I don't know if I look like Sheets, but no. But that's funny. Okay, so Tampa at the highest clip, then followed by St. Louis, Atlanta, Milwaukee. So pretty even here on our stack exposures. Let's see if we look at 5-mans. A lot of St. Louis with that high total going into Washington against Trevor Williams. Still get to the Atlanta, but pretty spread out. 4-mans, then you get Milwaukee in there that you didn't with the 5-mans. Must be a pricing thing, maybe ownership as well. But there you have when I'm playing serious diversity over on DraftKings for this early slate. And I'm not complaining. Now the Shawver thing, I thought I would get more with him, but I'm under the field on Shawver. I do like Shawver. It may be something I boost, but right now I'm okay to kind of say let's take it and run with it. I mean, this is a pretty diverse range. So this is kind of what I'm the type of build I'm comfortable with, and I'm ready to go. Now, obviously, this is just an example of what we would do right before lock when we have all our lineups in, and these can change quite a bit. But yeah, I'm into it. I like it. My bad. No problem, JJ. Atlanta is so bad. Yeah, Atlanta's so bad, but they have a strong total against Pittsburgh. You know, Heaney, I just talked up Heaney, but like he could get blown up too. And Atlanta's got the potential, right? And there's what is their record? How many standings? The record is like not good, but they're almost 500 now. And didn't they start off like 0-7 or something? So like they've actually been above 500 and playing pretty good baseball. So I don't know. Are they that bad? Got any Knicks ideas? Not really. I don't do basketball. Play Brunson. That's my Knicks idea. Brunson's like turned into he's always been great, but clutch. I would love to see it. I mean, as a Chicagoan, or just anyone not in New York. You tend to not root for the New York teams, but I would love to see them knock off Boston. You get like Cleveland Knicks or Indiana Knicks. Those are my only Knicks thoughts. As far as DFS, I have no thoughts. I don't know. I'm not playing. But yeah, I don't know. That Atlanta's potentially they should be rocking. They just let down. So yeah, I mean Atlanta's let us down, especially in the scoring department. But like, I don't know. Do they get Strider back? And like Shawver's been okay, so the pitching's been okay. And like, I don't know. They'll get Acuna back. I don't know that they're so bad a team. They've been a letdown for sure, but they've been over 500 since starting 0-7. I mean, they're a better team than they look. But yeah, they should be rocking, but they could rock today against Heaney. So anyway, there you have it. That's what, like in the early going, how I would run my process and build for the early slate. Let's see. Now we're really early on the night slate. Now the nice thing about the main slate here is we have no weather issues. So I mean, this is a 9-game slate. I'm sorry, but I'm only playing 5-mans, so I'm only going to build 5-mans. I get 5,000 lineups to grade on SaberSim, and I don't see any reason why I would grade candidate lineups that I'm not willing to play. And I don't want 5 with a bunch of one-offs either. I want 5 2s. I want 5 3s. I want to get just any of these crazy reliever things thrown out there. I'm going to raise the min salary to get in some projection. Let's build. Let's see what we get. See if we have any takes on these. I mean, I tend not to be that kind of player. Logan Webb, 4th highest pitcher. I mean, Logan Webb's a good real-life pitcher. He doesn't quite get the strikeouts. Singer, he's okay. He hurt me last time he was out. Colors. Tyler McGill has been good. I'm surprised to see Tyler McGill's projection so low. I mean, Tyler McGill, his added pitches, his pitch shape looks really good. His stuff plus is nice, and he's had a really good season. He had bad outing, I think, in his last start. I don't remember. Tyler McGill, ESPN game log, but I don't know. What's the matchup? I mean, yeah, he's got the Cubs. Cubs can hit. He had a tough outing. Yeah, he hasn't been great in his last couple, but his stuff has looked good. His underlying metrics look real good. The other teams, look at Corbin Burns. How the mighty have fallen. Way down there. I mean, the Dodgers are tough. I get it, but boy, Corbin Burns. Now he's the Atlanta of this slate. He's the Atlanta of this slate, Rich. Because Corbin Burns has let us down. So we'll see. There's talk that there's some injury issues with him. Didn't he miss a start or something? Something happened there. One thing I will say, let's see if we get to any White Sox. And the reason I ask about that is you can freaking run on this Edward Cabrera. Now, he could have a great game because the White Sox are terrible, and maybe he'll come in as like a strong value. Let's see. Comes in as a decent value, middle of the road. But we'll see if we get to any White Sox or Cabrera. Not really. You could really run on that guy, which adds value. I don't know that the projections really do a good job of capturing steal upside. Let's take a look at our exposures, sorting by some ROI. Reagan's at the jump looks good to me. A lot of Kyle Gibson against the Angels. Okay. Of course, we'll be late swapping, so we don't know for sure that we're going to get there, but look at that Shane Smith against Miami. Smith has been good. He's been halfway decent. Is he the one that had a tough outing against Kansas City last time? But that's a tough place to pitch against a good team. Logan Evans got tagged last time. We still have some of him. Down on Crochet, down on McGill. Let's see our stacks. I'm probably going to make some changes here. Whole lot of Cubs. San Fran, Miami, Toronto. Okay. There's some guys I want to get more exposure to here. I'm just going to bump up my McGill. Little change there. Where'd he go? I gotta apply it. All right. I mean, this is asking for it, right? Against the Cubs, that offense. But one of the advantages that I have is it'll lower our Cubs. We've got more San Francisco and Minnesota. So let's say we want to keep our 30% Cubs, but then get a little bit flatter elsewhere. So let's keep our 30% to the Cubbies. In case I'm not Sheets of Sun, and that means, doesn't mean, but I am from Chicago, JJ. So I am a Cubs fan. So I'll keep my solid exposure to the Cubbies there. And then let's get some uniques and just flatten out these exposures a bit. Question is, do you want like one to all of these? You know, one of the reasons you don't get Houston is you barely have any in your pool. So one of the things we did last time is like rebuild and say, give me at least 2% of everyone. I'm not going to spend the time doing that today, but it's an option with SaberSim that I think is something worth taking advantage of. So I don't know. Am I going to go Cubs here? Yeah, so we're going to go Cubs. I want to be lighter on San Francisco. Let's keep our highest stacks. Nothing more than 12. How about that? Now we got a nice spread. Different teams. Miami against the White Sox. I mean, even if Shane Smith is okay, if you do get to him and you get in the White Sox bullpen, I mean, that's the nuts, right? Here's what we got to be afraid of. We only have 6 Padres stacks. Look at the total. I mean, I don't think, like, these are averages, not medians, so they don't actually have a 7.3 implied total in Vegas odds, but it's probably 7, 6-9, something like that. They scored 10 runs right out the jump against Colorado. So, you know, who's pitching for Colorado? Is it a bullpen game? Colorado a bullpen game? Okay, maybe that's better. The bullpen's horrible. So I don't know. We got to fade San Diego. I mean, that's just the way you got to play to make money. So there's a look at my exposures. If we did it right now for the night slate, you notice I give a little bit of a bump to McGill, which is a tough against the Cubs, but you can strike out the Cubs. McGill's stuff has looked good. And my highest owned stack is also the Cubs, right? So it's kind of a two-pronger. And I like the idea of that. At least some of these lineups have a shot. If McGill gets bombed, then I got 45 lineups with a chance. That's a lot of Cubs, and if McGill does good, I've got 30 lineups with him. So there we go. Let's see on FanDuel who we get to. We're going to do the same thing with the demand of only 4 mans. We'll take min salary down a little bit because on FanDuel, pricing tends to be pretty soft. Or as Larry David would say, pretty soft. Okay. Let's take it down. Only 4 mans. We're ready to build. People are going to ask who you're getting to in the early going on FanDuel. I'm going to let you know. We have all the it's all the same games, isn't it? That's always good. I hate when FanDuel has like totally different slates than DraftKings. Boy, those constraints are making it go slower than I want. Should be done in a minute or two. I can't get on. Can I get on FanDuel? I don't think so. Let's see. FanDuel. No, never mind. They're blocking me from FanDuel. That's okay. We can still build lineups. That's all we want. Don't forget, guys, like and subscribe. Check out TrueDFS. If you like what we're doing here, if you think this process can make you money, I think this process can make you money. This process has made me money. It makes Sheets money. It makes Goldie, Bobby, Rhodey, all these folks. You get access to them in the premium Discord. You get access to SaberSim, the pay dirt model. We're not even tapping into the pay dirt model on this show. You get access to all of that for like $20 more than it would cost for just SaberSim. So the price is right. Go ahead and join us. See our highest exposed pitchers here. Reagans, Cabrera, Gibson, Crochet, McGill. It's only 20 lineups. We're playing 150. Why do I forget to do that every time? Okay, 150. Reagans, Gibson, McCullers. See, I'm going to take down, well, okay, we're pretty well spread out. 50% Reagans. I'm going to say 35% Reagans and max 10% Gibson, just so I'm spread out between DraftKings and FanDuel here. Now we got a little more spread in our pitching. Seeing our stacks. The Dodgers, the Orioles, some Padres, Rockies, Seattle. I mean, what I love about this is it is so much different than what we're doing on DraftKings, right? So a lot of diversity between our portfolios. I always say, like, SaberSim can build you a portfolio on DraftKings, and it knows how many lineups you're playing. So it can kind of get you the right kind of spread that you need. And SaberSim can also do that on FanDuel. It will do that. But what it doesn't know is that you're playing DraftKings and FanDuel. Your money's in one portfolio. So we have to think about diversity, and we have to think about risk management and staying alive in DFS. So I like how these two sort of sets of lineups complement each other, right? We're not getting that San Francisco. We are getting to more San Diego here. We got Colorado and Coors against Stephen Kolek. I don't mind that. We spread out our pitching. We got a lot of Dodgers. So there you have it. That's what I would do. I don't think we have any lineups in yet, but we don't have weather issues, and so should be ready to go with all of that. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out those packages on TrueDFS.com. And if you're playing the early slate, good luck on the early slate. If you're playing the night slate on DraftKings or FanDuel, good luck on both of those. You saw what I'm doing. And yeah,